Good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Dr.M.Dinesh, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Commerce with Computer Application. Today we discuss about basic format for commerce project structure. Chapters. First chapter is based on introduction on the study. Chapter 2 is based on the review of the literature. Chapter 3 somebody used for company profile or some are used for the research methodology. And chapter 4 is based on the data analysis and introduction interpretations. Chapter 5 is a finding, summarizing, conclusion and sense. Chapter 1 Introduction of the study. The highlights of the introduction is introduction, need of the study, statement of the problem, scope of the study, objective of the study, hypothesis, research methodology, research design and data collection, data processing, framework of analysis, limitation of the study, chapter schemes. These are all the introduction of the study subheads. And one line of explanation is introduction is give overall background and context of the topic with key factors. Need of the study is explain why the research is important and timely to the current scenario. Statement of the problem clearly defined to the specific issue or gap to the study of the solve. Scope of the study define the boundaries, area, time, population and various covered. And objective of the study list as clear, measurable for the goal to the primary or secondary. The research will be achieved. Hypothesis. The hypothesis is a positive or negative. That is called as a significant or not significant. The p-value is less than 0.05. The result is significant. So the null hypothesis is rejected. At the same time, the p-value is more than 0.05. The p-value is not significant. So the null hypothesis is accepted. Research methodology. There will be cover for the primary and secondary. The overall approach that will be type, tools and process of the research. Research design. Descriptive structure, exploratory, descriptive and causes of design used. Data collection. The data collection is based on the primary data or secondary data. That will be mentioned the survey or interview or schedules that will be mentioned. Data process. The detailed step editing, coding, tabular and software used. That will be mentioned. Framework analysis. The specific statistical tools used the percentages or chi-square, ANOVA, regressions that will be extra. Parametrical or non-parametrical tools do you use that will be mentioned. Limitation of the study that will be mentioned the consist like the simple size, time or the data reliable. Chapter scheme. Chapter scheme mention the chapter 1 or to 5, the some guide to mention, give the chapter 1 to 7 also that will be mentioned. Chapter 2 Review of literature. First one is conceptual framework simple. That will be explained based idea in used easy word. The review of literature is called as a mother source because already that will be covered that the same title that will be cover the research paper project that will be used in your study. So that is called as a mother source of the review of literature. That will be example is given a digital marketing, retail sales also. And review previous studies simple. That will be give the author name and initial. That will be year of paper title and the whatever do you help for your study that will be mentioned. That added is possible for the journal name are also called as. Theoretical framework simple. The one theory is supported to the idea. The theory is TMA, that is called as a technological acceptance model. Easy meaning for the people for using, useful, easy, they like it, they actual, that also are the examples. Research gap. The research gap is very highlighted. If do you prepare the collect and the review of literature, finally you get the whatever problem that will be understand and realized. The whatever gap is missing word do you add in your idea is possible. That is called as a research gap. Third chapter company profile or research methodology. First one company profile. Whatever do you company is mentioned, the introduction, overall the company, all details are available into the adding the project. Example histories, when that will be initiated, introduced the company year, and who is a founder, and the whatever capital also mentioned, and vision, mission, objective, and goal that will be mentioned, organization structure simply the mention, and product services are offerable that will be mentioned, whatever the ratio with the price or the grams will be the anything that will be in available for the company website, that will be used for the all details in shortly given the some 2 or 3 pages maximum, or 6 pages is enough. And the growth is very very important, financial performance that will be properly growth or decline that will be mentioned. Finally the SWOT analysis, that is a strength, weakness, opportunity, threats, that will be very very important. It is the strength, the company is positive, the weakness, whatever weakness that will be company point of view that will be considered that, and opportunities and whatever threats that will be mentioned to the company profile that will be given. And research methodology, if you select the research methodology in chapter 3, these points is covered. Research design sample, the design based on the whatever type and way is given, and population sample size is whatever population do you size that will be added in your study, and data collections and data, whatever the primary data or secondary data do you mention that, and the data collected tools, and what do you coding to mention, and data analysis technique simple into the uses of Excel or SPSS. The users consider the parametrical test or parametrical non-parametrical test. The parametrical test used for the ANOVA T test, and non-parametrical uses for correlation, etc., chi-square, etc. And the reliability is very very important for your data collection. If you collect the data, that data is reliable or not. If your data is not reliable, you are not continue in your study. The data will be again, and maximum number of added or reduce the data after do you use for the tools. And the chapter 4, data analysis and interpretation. In your data, do you prepare the table format, the clear easy understand number of frequencies to mention, and number of percentage do you mention, and the key in downside the one paragraph to the interpretation, whatever it is highlight, whatever it is very low, that will be mentioned easy understand. And the additional you add the chart is pie or bar or lining chart. Do you mention the colorful understanding the presentation or project is very very easy to understand that. And the project is that using the table percentage that will be based on the objectives, and the in your focus on your study is very very important. In the 4.3 chi-square use the result, the chi-square test the valuation of 12.45 value, and degree of freedom DF is 3, p value is 0.006. The p value is less than 0.05, that will be understand, and the in your result is highly significant. So the null hypothesis is rejected. At the same time, the result is more than 0.05. The result is accepted. Null hypothesis is accepted. Chapter 5, finding, summarizing, conclusion and recommendation. That will be very very important in your study. Whatever table 2 you prepared, example table 4.1 to table 4.20 tables you prepared, the highlight the majority to mention the findings, and suggestion based on the whatever drawbacks or the lowest lack of the that will be give the in your idea. And finally conclusion, whatever the in your overall study for fulfilled or needed and the satisfied or the problem facing, whatever do your solution understand, that will be given the conclusions. Recommendation also given as a for based on the whatever to you in accepted or not accepted, that will be recommended to you in your companies or anything else. And finally bibliography used for the the chapter 5 writing the limitations also, whatever do you sort of in your study, that will be added to the limitations. Finally, bibliography. Bibliography is based on the references. Whatever data do you collect, all are mentioned to the APA style. APA style is called as a American Philosophical Association based. In the simple bibliography example, book format is writing this method, and the journal articles that will be mentioned that formas. At the same time, report or government scores that will be mentioned this format. At the same time, website do you collect the source that will be mentioned this format. And the interview was also called the who is told that our man's name, and the he is one of the expert, or there will be give the additional information. Last, the newspaper, that is will be the how to explain the newspaper name, and here that will be procedure that will be used for your studies for bibliography. Thank you to one and all.